Welcome to Crime Corner. Well, got quite a show for you today. Unfortunately, we've been having some uh, technical difficulties this morning. I'm sorry. Um, Hope everybody remember to set their clocks ahead 1 hour. This week we'll also be doing some questions. As announce the winner of the $10 gift card from Tim Hortons. With all the above done, there's some tips I want to share with everybody. The vehicle. Never approach vehicles. In fact, if you ever approached by a vehicle, run in the opposite direction. And tell it's okay to yell. If someone grabs your child, they should hit, kick, and yell as loudly as possible. With children, always use a password that they can easily remember. Remind children of the emergency numbers. There's always safety in numbers, and I think this one here is for everybody. So 2 or more, always take the same route and check in when you arrive home. And everybody, please trust your instincts. If someone doesn't, it's okay to run. Tell somebody you do trust. People with bad intentions don't always look like bad people. Dangerous people can look friendly. You know they aren't good people if you feel badly when you're with them. Report anything suspicious. Also, stuff for teens here that I'd like to share. Tell you or they should be telling a parent where they are at all times, or leave a written or recorded message at home. Never hitchhike. Avoid shortcuts through empty parks. Learn to recognize suspicious behavior and remember a description of the person or vehicle to give to the police. If attacked for money, jewelry, or clothing, give it up rather than risk injury. Child, medical, dental history, to have your child fingerprinted. I know a lot of parents are against that, but we got to stop this. There's too many missing people. Also, and everybody knows that fraud month. We're critical. The Canadian Anti-Fraud Centre estimates that less than 5% of the total number of fraud victims report their experiences to law enforcement agencies. By reporting a scam, you can provide law enforcement with the information they need to stop fraudsters and help prevent others from becoming victims. The information you provide is important. Fraudulent or suspicious activity can be reported to the Canadian Anti-Fraud Centre through its website at www.antifraudcentre.ca or by telephone at 1-888-495-8501. Report incidences of misleading or deception marketing practices to the Competition Bureau using the online complaint form or by telephone. If you are a victim of fraud, yet you let your local police force know. And this is all coming straight from the government of Canada. How to recognize a scam. There are many fraud types, including new ones invented daily. Pretty damn close to tax season, so everybody's got to be on the lookout. Taxpayers should be vigilant when they receive, either by telephone, mail, text message, or email, a fraudulent communication that claims to be from the Canadian Revenue Agency, or the CRA, requesting personal information such as a social insurance number, credit card number, bank account number, or passport number. These scams may insist that the personal information is needed so that the taxpayer can receive a refund or benefit payment. Use of fraudulent communication could also involve threatening or coercive language to scare individuals paying fictitious debt to the CRA. Now here I'll be telling you what the CRA can and cannot do. So listen up. To identify legitimate communications from the CRA, be aware of these guidelines. The CRA contacts you. Now by phone, the CRA may verify your identity by asking for personal information such as your full name, date of birth, address and account, or social insurance number. Details about your account in the case of a business inquiry, call you to begin an audit process. CRA will never ask for information about your passport, health card, or driver's license. They will need immediate payment by Interact e-transfer, Bitcoin, prepaid credit cards, or gift cards from retailers such as iTunes, Amazon, or others. They will not use aggressively with arrest or sending the police. We've been getting a lot to that. Leave voicemails that are threatening or give personal or financial information. Now, the CRA may notice when a new message or a document, such as a notice of assessment or reassessment, is available to you for you to view in secure CRA portals such as My Account, My Business Account, or Represented Client. They email you a link to a CRA webpage, form, or publication that you asked for during a telephone call or meeting with an agent. This is where the CRA will send an email containing links. The CRA will never give or ask for personal or financial information by email and ask you to click on it. They will not email you a link asking you to fill in an online form with personal or financial details. They will not send you an email with a link to your refund. They will never demand immediate payment by Interact e-transfer, Bitcoin, prepaid credit cards, or gift cards from retailers. And they will never, CRA may ask for financial information, name of your bank and its location, send you a notice of assessment or reassessment. They will ask you to pay an amount you owe through any of the CRA's payment options you owe if you refuse to pay your debt, or write to you to begin an audit process. They will never set up a meeting with you in a public place to take a payment. They will never demand immediate payment. Text messages and instant messages. CRA will never use text messages or instant messaging, such as Facebook Messenger or WhatsApp, to communicate with taxpayers under any circumstance. If a taxpayer receives text or instant messages claiming to be from the CRA, they are scams. When in doubt, ask yourself, why is the caller presuming immediately? Am I certain the caller is a CRA employee? Did I file my tax return on time? Have I received written communication from the CRA by email or mail about the subject of the call? Is the caller asking for information I would not give in my oath to the CRA? If you do have a debt with the CRA and can't pay it full, take action right away. For more information, go to When You Owe Money Collections at the CRA. So online, I also got lots of stuff on identity theft, but that could wait for another week. Now, have you been a victim? You should report deceptive telemarketing to the Canadian Anti-Fraud Centre online or by calling 1-888-495-8501. If you suspect you may be the victim of fraud or have been tricked into giving personal or financial information, contact your local police service. And if your social insurance number has been stolen, you should contact Service Canada right at 1-800-206-718. And I forgot time to everybody too. This week's chair Brought to you by my daughter. It's her lazy boy. And lean back, get a little bit more comfy. Because now we're about to questions and answers. Also, I'd like to thank my administrators. Remind everybody, looks like we are going to need some more help with the other provinces. If you know anybody who would like to help out, please private message me. Release of offenders. Been getting a lot of questions now. Question, there's one. Where are offenders released? I kind of found this one interesting. Now, Correctional Service Canada, or CSC, the effort to determine where an offender will reside, and in virtuality, all cases knows the offenders. In cases where the CSC does not have that information, an information package on the offender is forwarded to the district officer, as well as where the offender was incarcerated, in order for it to be transmitted to police jurisdiction in that area. Is the public notified of offenders' whereabouts once released? Collaboration with police forces. The decision to release and share information with the public about offenders released at what warrant expiry rests with the province or territory where the offender relocates. Most jurisdictions have either implemented or drafted their own protocols or legislation regarding public notification. Police will be notified of the date and time of the release. Can released offenders receive a pass? As specified in sections 9 and 10 of the Canadian Passport Order, Passport Canada may refuse to issue a passport to an applicant who is deemed a national security risk, has been committed a criminal offense, is in jail, is on parole or probation, and consequently forbidden to leave Canada, among other things. There are extra precautions when releasing a high-profile offender. All necessary steps are taken to ensure the safety of the public, staff, and offenders. If there is a requirement for police assistance, CSC requests help from the police. Resources are in place to ensure safe reintegration for each offender. Now, can dangerous offenders be granted parole? Dangerous offenders subject an one of those mornings. They're subject to a sentence becoming eligible for full parole 7 years from the date of their custody commenced, and they become eligible for day parole for their commence. Conditional release is granted only if it is determined by the PBC and the offender can safely reintegrate into the community. In such cases, the offender is monitored in the same way as other parolees in the community. A lot of people have been sending in questions. If you had a question, please send it in to me, private message me. Everybody should be able to know where I'm found. Now there's another one here too. What happens if the offender fails to comply with the conditions of the peace bond? A breach of any condition of a peace bond is a criminal offense under Section 811 of the Criminal Code, executed in any provincial or territorial court with criminal jurisdiction, providing up to a 2-year prison sentence if convicted. What types of offenses in the National Sex Offender Registry? The court will automatically issue a registration order upon an offender's conviction for any designated offense in 90-011 of the Criminal Code. The Crown can apply for registration orders not only for sexual offense convictions, but for other offenses as well, if they are done with the intent to commit one break and enter. long do sex offenders remain registered? Sex offenders are required to remain registered for 1 to 3 periods. These periods are geared to the maximum penalty available for the offense in which they were convicted. 10 years for summary conviction offenses and offenses with 2 and 5 year maximums. 20 years for offense or 14-year maximum sentence. Lifetime for offenses with maximum life sentence or when there is a prior conviction for a sex offense. More than one sexual offense in the same proceeding, subject to the previous Sex Offender Information Registration Act. Also, one more, I'd like to, this one I found kind of interesting too. What types of DNA profiles are contained in the DNA databanks? The DNA databank consists of 2 collections of DNA profiles: a crime derived from bodily substances found at a crime scene, and a convicted offenders index containing DNA profiles derived from substances taken from offenders against whom post-conviction DNA databank orders have been made. I'm pretty sure you guys are all wanting me to. So, 15 approved posts, 24 comments in the last 28 days. Are you ready for this? I was thinking of having these once a month, but it would check for things like who can have the most approved posts in a 2-week span at different ways for different contests every month. This month, I would like to congratulate Sandra Dash. Please get a hold of me. Private message me so I can get your mail information and get that right over to you if possible. And remember, we're looking for other administrators for other provinces. If you'd like a question answered on the show, please private message me. And if you have any other ideas, please feel free to get a hold of me. And please, if anybody has any comments on the pages or anything, please keep them clean. Still having a little bit of issues with that. And I know I could get pissed off at a story or about an offender as well. Get mad and angry and, somebody hitting an animal or running one over deliberately. That stuff pisses me off too. But people, we cannot condone vigilantism, or just remember that. Also, remember, ice and snow. I know things are starting to get warmer out there. Yay! Off the windshields, off the vehicles. We don't need any more broken windshields. Okay? And until next time, stay safe and stay warm.